This is a CIS mineral mining outpost, heavily guarded, for the minerals inside help with the war effort and keeping the droid army active. The clone army knows this and is sending in a full-scale invasion, with ATOTs carrying in the brand new 221st Clone Trooper Legion invasion. Can the clone army successfully take over the mineral mining outposts that the droid army is defending, or will they all die trying? If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Now let's get into this thing. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Alright boys, we are getting right on into this thing with the Clone Trooper army marching on forward. Now you might be asking yourselves, who the heck is the 221st Legion? And I have no idea if they are made up, if they are from Legends, if they're from the comics, or what is going on with these fellas. All I know is we're using a brand new sub-mod for the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, and this mod adds so many Clone Trooper Legions, Droid Legions, additional armies from throughout the galaxy. This thing is called the Galactic Contention mod, and it is absolutely incredible. I highly recommend checking it out. I will be sure to put the link in the description below if you do want to check it out. Turbo laser cannons dying almost immediately. They're extremely weak, so rip to them, but at least they got some good damage down on these ATTEs as the artillery on top of those platforms starts taking over in its place and firing at these ATTEs themselves. The 221st over this way is starting to exfil out of their ATOTs and immediately getting shot at from droid snipers and droid machine gunners out here, although I think the snipers are probably some of the only ones that can fire at this range at this point in time. A number of droid troopers getting knocked down almost immediately up here and dying just a little bit, which is not very cash money, my boy. Now, you guys might actually recognize this map. We used to play it like, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. It is an extremely old vintage Galaxy at War mod map, and the reason we're able to play it now is because of this sub-mod, which actually adds a few of the past Galaxy at War mod maps back into the game, which is really awesome, and this map is honestly really nostalgic. I remember making one of my favorite videos in the Galaxy at War mod of all time on this map, a massive minefield that the Doom Legion had to cross through to get to the trench line up here. Now, I did modify it to add this small little mining fortress base back there to spice things up, make it a little bit more interesting in modern day Galaxy at War, but beyond that, this map is pretty much all the same. Now, this Droid Legion, I believe, was called like the 842nd in the mod or something along those lines, maybe 846th. And you can see they kind of have like a Ryloth style camo to them, something along that. And they look pretty cool. Not the best camouflage for a snowy map, but the 221st, which is getting rocked by rocket fire right now, actually does kind of blend in with this tall grass that they're charging through, and this actually looks so cinematic right now. All of the incoming and outgoing laser fire, troopers dying left and right, ATTEs and ATOTs trying to push forward and take the advantage on this battlefield, all while getting shot to oblivion right now. And we've got our artillery up there getting obliterated. One artillery gun does remain, so that thing can still fire out, though their reload time on those things is extremely long. But they did assist in killing this ATTE over this way. More ATTEs are to follow alongside more ATOTs coming in, but for now, it's going to be mainly infantry pushing on forward towards the trench line over here. Why don't we go into semi-normal speed here? I'm not going in full normal speed because I don't don't want to lag out the game or anything like that, but I think we can bump it up as the clones have killed many a droid back this way, and the droids in the same breath have killed many clone troopers. We still have some droid turrets alive firing away. This is an actually anti-infantry turret, so you can see it's got really fast fire rate and really good HE explosive laser shells right there, so it can do some serious damage to clone trooper infantry, but they get sniped out by a DC-15X sniper from the 221st, firing away more droid rockets colliding with the clone trooper infantry, causing a mass casualty situation. Let's actually check it out here. Red are dead clones on this side, and they are amassing some serious losses, and yellow over here are dead droids. Kind of tit for tat right now on the losses for the battlefield, and that's somewhat to be expected, as the droid trench line here, I think, is just too out in the open. They do have a lot of artillery and a lot of big guns going for them, but I think the real last stand is going to be the small fort back here at the mining facility that could potentially do a full-on hold. They've got some extremely heavy machine guns back there and a lot of droids, plus a pretty dastardly choke point to hold out. It could be insane. By the way, I do apologize if this video is coming out a little bit late today. I got really distracted playing the new Oblivion remaster. I was so excited, dude. That game, alongside Skyrim, is my childhood. I played those two games so much, and the remaster, oh baby! It is so unbelievably exciting to have a remaster of that game. Any Bethesda game I love, even though they are some of the laziest developers of all time. I just, Bethesda is like crack to me. It is delicious. I love it. Oh, we got incoming rockets going towards these ATTEs over here. Some of them missing and actually striking clones in front of it. Lucky for the ATTE, not very lucky for the clones in the front there. These guys down this way are getting shot to oblivion though. Haha, Oblivion remaster. By these incoming ATTE shots. So they're having definitely a little bit of a bad time over here. They're getting wrecked a little bit. That's not very nice. That's not very good. If you guys are playing the Oblivion remaster, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear if my audience is big Elder Scrolls fans or not. I certainly am. I've always had a thing for them. I've thought about maybe doing a members-only Let's Play of it, or maybe a Let's Play on Daily Productions. I wouldn't do it as a main video on Daily Tactics because it just doesn't really match the content here, but yeah, I'd definitely do it on one of those platforms for sure. Alright, we've got some more droid turrets back here firing away at the oncoming ATTE. The ATTE isn't even responding with fire of its own, instead shooting up some of the droids that are still stationed up on these high pillars where the turbo laser cannons were at. So those droids definitely, if the clones get right under them, could do some great grenading and things like that. I saw them firing rockets earlier, but now they seem to have gone silent for some reason. These droid turrets back here probably not doing a crazy amount of damage because, again, these are the anti-infantry turrets still alive. So I think we're going to need some rockets to take out those clone tanks. We do have some rockets over this way, but they're mainly fighting infantry right now, as the ATTEs and ATOTs on the left side are much farther back and not quite as accessible to these guys over here. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a full showcase of this brand new Galaxy at War submod. I think there's enough content in there for me to go ahead and do a mod showcase, showcasing all of the new maps that were added, as well as some of the old maps they've brought back. We can explore all the new units. Oh, which, by the way, they finally added tactical droids. Yes, sir! They added tactical droids in camouflage for the particular droid legions, which is amazing. So that's very exciting to see back in the game. It used to be in the Galaxy at War mod, and then they removed it for some reason, I think. It's super strange. But this sub-mod obviously brings it back. So if you guys want a full mod showcase of all the new things in the mod, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to do it if people are interested. And there goes that anti-infantry turret right there. The last of the trench defenders are over this way. Just a couple of droids firing away as much as they can. We do have clone troopers actually entering into the trenches, and they were shot down by these droids up top on the turbo laser cannon beams, and they are still firing away and getting some good clone trooper kills. So good on these guys for keeping the fight alive. I guess maybe the clones weren't quite in range yet for them to fire, but now they are spam firing down below and actually doing fairly decent on the battlefield here. Now, there are still a lot of clone trooper infantrymen left alive, so it's going to be an uphill battle for sure for the clone troopers. Well, the droids, I mean. For the clone troopers, it'll be a downhill battle. This will be very easy for them if they play it right. But the problem is, this choke point is going to be extremely deadly. I think the one major advantage that the clones have is their numbers. If they just flood through immediately and don't give the droids a chance to really catch their breath, reload, etc., the clones will be able to overwhelm and gain victory inside this fort. However, if the droids even get a lick of a defense going, it's going to be big problems. Okay, all these droids are dead, so you guys don't really need to keep spam firing them. Same with... Oh no, there's one droid alive here! I don't think there's an angle for the clones to kill him. Should we try retreating him back? Get to the fort, my friend! Go! Run! He might actually be able to do this, because all the clones are up this way. Firing over here. He might make it. Go! To the fort! Go, droidy, go! Go, escaper. Escape the battlefield. We're gonna name him Fugitive. Fugitive, go! We gotta put him in a place where we'll remember him. We'll put him right here. Yes, Fugitive makes it back. All right, Fugitive is holding that angle right there. That way we know where he stands on the battlefield, so we can check in on him. More clones getting absolutely rocked by rockets, baby, and destroyed as they enter these trench lines. They're still spamming fire up here, but all these droids really are dead. I think they need to kind of get a grip and stop shooting dead droid bodies, because that's just real dumb. These droids back here, though, not really doing anything because clones are too far away. So, might take a second here for everyone to kind of get resituated on the battle. This gun is still alive. It's an anti-infantry gun, I know that, but it is not firing. So either it's got the longest reload ever, or the main gun is damaged. And it does look like there are some scorch marks on the front, so maybe that main gun is damaged and this thing is no longer going to be operational on the battlefield, which is definitely a bit of a shame for the droids, because this thing could just absolutely spam fire out here if it wasn't damaged and get some serious kills. There's one out here where this droid died a while back, it looks like, so that's not doing anything. And here we go, droids back there finally firing away. The clone trooper is using the droids' own trenches against them to respond with fire of their own. Got mass explosions going on. We've got the artillery sort of dangling. That might fall over and kill some clones. As well as clones trying to get up top here, which is a good idea. They could spam fire down. But right now, the ATTEs taking out some of these tripod MGs here. That is no good. These things are extremely powerful. They have super high, fast shot rates, which means that they can decimate clones in an instant, and they've got good damage output. The one problem with them is that they do not have very good range, so that's kind of their drawback. This does go down, although it was already damaged long ago. More droid rockets getting fired out and continuing to take out a whole series of clones over there. All right, here we go. Battle is beginning to ramp up again as the droids full fire out at the oncoming clone troopers. Rocket droids targeting some of those ATOTs and ATTEs in the back there. We really don't want them coming all the way around here and being able to just fire down from the walls, because that would be a major problem. Oh, and there goes another one of those tripod turrets. That is not good. Those things, they're pretty crucial to the droid defense, I will say. Them dying is not a very good thing. Not in the slightest. Still quite a number of clone troopers left alive. If you look at the mini-map at the top left, Blue are clone trooper units, red are droid units still on the battlefield. Why don't we actually go ahead into full speed now, because I think enough droids and clones have died in total that the lag should not be too substantial, and it looks like we're getting 34 FPS, which is a pretty good FPS for this game, so it is very fluid from here on out, baby. We got these clones going danger close over here. They're still shooting this. I'm just gonna delete this because sometimes that can glitch the game and crash it if they spam too much fire into one object. And that thing was dead anyway, so they're just shooting ghosts. The tactical droid goes down! The droid commander is dead! Are tactical droids commanders? Or are they generals? Or are they neither? Are they captains? These are the questions, people. These are the questions. More clones getting gunned down real early on over this way by some droid rockets. Not even getting up to the choke point itself here. And it seems like the clones are not using their overwhelming numbers that still remain to full-on decimate the droids here. Instead, they are staying pretty far back and trying to snipe out the droids. And they're doing a decent job. We gotta give them that. They are getting random DC-15X kills on the droids back this way. They're also getting some good rocket shots and ATTE shots on some of these droids. But all in all, I still think rushing this area would be for the best, because there is still a number of these shotgun units. Fugitive is still alive, and rocket units on the interior, plus one more cheeky little tripod over here that could definitely do some serious damage. Clones are getting a little bit closer. Look at this over here, my gubernatorial. That man is within range to get some good kills, but he himself gets killed. Of course, he's out in the open there, so maybe not the most brilliant of positions to be in that little assault, but that's okay. Oh, look at all those clones over there. A few good rocket shots, and the droids would be getting crazy kills. That rocket's going out towards an ATOT, which I guess is still pretty productive. First of the clones to enter into the compound here actually gets a kill. He gets killed himself there, but that was definitely on the droids for not being quick with it, and instead just kind of letting that clone destroy them. These guys over here getting some shots off with their DC-15Xs. His partner in crime there did end up dying, but he is still out here, maybe popping a few droid heads here and there. This is going to be the main assault line, it seems. Most of the clones coming from this angle. There's still many back here, and it sounds like we've got... Is that an ATOT firing? What is that machine gun fire? That's machine gun fire I don't think I've ever heard come out of a regular gun. That sounds like spongy almost. It must be one of these ATOTs, but I don't see where one is firing. Oh, that ATOT almost flipped, bro. It seems like the ATOTs are not able to fire over the walls, which is very good for the droids. But the ATTEs, it's still yet to be seen. Right now, these droids here are absolutely clapping cheeks at this choke point, downing a number of clones before they can get in there. Beautifully done, boys. And here comes more. So this battle is far from over as the clones continue to pressure. Honestly, the clone helmets kind of look like the jet troopers from Battlefront 2. That's what it reminds me of, that color scheme. We got a grenade going out, and it absolutely decimates some clone troopers right there. My goodness, boys. Let's actually check out some of the kills. This guy's got 3 kills. This guy's got 5. This guy's got 5. This guy's got 1. This trooper's got 11. He must have grenaded them. This guy's got 2. This MG has 4. As for the other side of things over here, this guy's got none. This guy here has none. This guy has none. This guy has none, this guy has none, and Fugitive has none. Okay, so the left side is carrying completely for the droid army currently. Everyone else is doing just about nothing, so that's very impressive. Here we go, another small clone trooper push right here. Getting pretty vaporized, not getting much gains, baby. No gains, you got no gains, bro! There's still more clones to go, though, so they can always make some gains later on. A few more testing the waters here. One guy tries to kind of cross over this way and gets shot down before he even makes it an iota over there. And that guy gets absolutely chrome-domed in an instant. Oh, lordy. Alright, this is starting to slow down. We're seeing some trickle-down clononomics here as they really go for the slow push. And that is always a mistake in these battles. I'm telling you, overwhelming force is the way to go. This clone's got a good idea. Yeah, fire back at those guys. What are you doing? What are you doing? And another huge grenade going out. Oh, it's massive. Oh, my gubernatorial. Yeah, that was a yikes from the clone perspective, for sure. More clones getting domed right there as they try and push in. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse for a little bit at this choke point, because the droids might be able to hold out indefinitely here. Alright boys, 6 minutes later and the clones are still dying out here. There's barely any of them left from what I can see. There's some wrapped around here, some over here, some out in the middle over this way, and then a few over here. Meanwhile, their tanks are just, they're not doing so hot. They are having no effect on the battlefield. Fugitive is still alive. Some of his friends over here have died. And it's mainly just these droids holding out. So I think this will end up being a droid victory. Yeah, I mean, if the guy who tracks that in the comments wants to take note already, I appreciate you. You're a legend for continuing to track that. That's absolutely insane. We'll let it play out. The clones could toss a Hail Mary out here and somehow get a W. Kind of doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright boys, it's been 10 more minutes and it looks like there's 2 clones left alive here. I'll go ahead and I'll do the clones a little favor. And I will evac their troopers from their tanks, which are pretty much useless now, clearly. The ones that still can be evac'd, because I think some of them wedged themselves in so deep they can't get their crews out or anything. And we'll see if these guys end up attacking, but the droids are just still chilling now. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. None of the clones are coming forward, so I think it's safe to say they're gonna retreat on out of here and evac. Not like the fugitive, though, who lives another day to defend. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'm off to play Oblivion for 14 hours straight, so I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.